Good Wednesday morning. This is your meteorologist Melissa Terrazas here at the 13 News Now Weather Center. Let's give you a tropical update. Before I do that, I do want to take a look at this year's season outlook. Now, on average, we have about 14 named storms. This year, we were forecasted to have above that anywhere from 14 to 21. On average, we usually have around 7 hurricanes. This year, we were forecasted to have anywhere from 6 to 10. Now, major hurricanes, we usually have on average about 3. This year, we were forecasted to have anywhere from 3 to 6 major hurricanes. And this is a look at how the season has currently checked out. So we had Alex, Bonnie, Colin that affected parts of the Carolinas and even us here across coastal Virginia. Danielle, Earl, Fiona, which made it up to a Category 4 hurricane, making it a major hurricane. Gaston, Hermine, which formed off the western coast of Africa. It was short-lived, and now we're tracking what we've been tracking the past few days is Hurricane Ian, that is now officially a Category 4 hurricane as of 5 a.m. earlier this morning. We're taking a look at it on satellite and radar. Now, this is a massive storm. We saw the impacts that it brought through parts of Cuba. I mean, even before that, the Cayman Islands, mudslides, high winds. I mean, lots of rain, flooding concerns. The system entered the Gulf yesterday. Now we have warmer waters in the Gulf. What did it do there? Well, it strengthened. This morning, as I mentioned, already at a Category 4 hurricane. And in just a few hours, we are expecting for it to officially make landfall along parts of the southwestern coast of the state of Florida. Now we have multiple watches and warnings in place. We have the entire state of Florida under that state of emergency. This is the latest advisory that came out around the 8 o'clock hour. As of right now, we do have the sustained winds of 155 miles per hour. Now, if we get up to 157 miles per hour of sustained winds, that would then bump it up into a Category 5 hurricane. Either way, this is catastrophic. I mean, we're looking at damage. We're looking at flooding concerns, storm surge. I mean, it is a slow mover. It's moving north-northeast at 10 miles per hour. The pressure is low, around 937 millibars, as it continues to move north. Eventually, right now, we are looking at the point of impact, or for it to make landfall, anywhere from Sarasota to Fort Myers, Florida. Beyond that, it's going to be over land. It's going to begin to weaken, eventually turning into a Category 1 hurricane with 90-mile-per-hour winds sustained as early as tomorrow morning around 2 a.m. and then beyond that turning into a tropical storm. That means further weakening, but we're still going to see those 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts. The entire state of Florida is going to see at least some impact. I mean, we've already began to see even some tornadoes that sparked up yesterday and this morning. As the system continues to move north, it briefly enters the Atlantic Ocean before then taking a northwesterly shift as early as Saturday morning. We're still going to see strong winds, but definitely not as strong as what tropical storms or even hurricane force winds will bring. Those winds will be sustained at 35 miles per hour as early as Saturday, and that makes it a tropical depression. Beyond that, it'll continue to weaken, lose its strength over land as early as Sunday morning with sustained winds of about 30 miles per hour. So something that we're continuously and watching as these advisories come out. That's going to bring in some moisture. That's going to bring in some effects across parts of Georgia, the Carolinas, South Carolina, North Carolina, and for coastal Virginia and points north. We'll take you through Futurecast, an idea of what Friday around noon, lunchtime is looking like. And moisture is going to continue to be driven north. Now, we are expecting for rain showers to develop come Friday afternoon. Now, as we head into the day Saturday, I do think that most of Saturday is when the bulk of this activity is really going to occur. Anywhere from, the 8 o'clock hour through the afternoon, expect periods of moderate to heavy rainfall. We're also tracking wind gusts. I mean, I think we're going to see the strongest of wind gusts occurring closer to those shorelines. Sustained anywhere from 15 to 30 miles per hour, but gusts could get up to over 40 miles per hour. We're going to continue to track periods of showers, moderate to heavy on Sunday, but we're also going to be tracking this as we head into the new work week for your Monday and Tuesday, as the remnants of what is Hurricane Ian continues to move offshore. Leftover moisture will still affect us here as we head into even parts of midweek for your Wednesday. So we'll be dealing with the rain, which is, by the way, much needed since we're sitting under those dry conditions. But here's a look at how much rain we could potentially see here across parts of the south side, northern neck, peninsulas, northeast North Carolina, anywhere from 2 to 4 inches. Points south, all highlighted in this yellow, could see greater amounts, anywhere from 4 to 6. And points south of Hatteras could see anywhere over 7 inches of rain within the period of 3 days. North of us, again, lighter amounts, but still seeing at least some precipitation. In summary of all of what I just talked about, these are going to be Ian's effects Friday through Sunday for us here locally across Hampton Roads. We're going to be dealing with rain. It'll be heavy at times. Some areas could flood, especially those that are prone to flooding. Several inches are likely. I just went over that. We're expecting anywhere from 2 to 4 inches. For areas south of the state line, they could see anywhere from 4 to 5 inches. Now, we're also going to be dealing with winds coming in from the north. Although it's driving in that cooler air, when they become strong enough, that also begins to affect those tides. So we're also going to be watching for minor to even moderate tidal flooding.